What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful Monday, first Monday of October. I'm so ready to get into the cold weather, man. I miss making sweaters. I really do. I love wearing sweaters. But let's get into it today. Today, I wanted to go over the new trailer for Black Panther. Now, last time we went over the teaser. This is the actual trailer, the first trailer dropping, because I believe the movie comes out on like November 11th. Sorry. So it's coming out soon and here in a month. Super excited for it. It's going to be the last movie of Phase 4 for Marvel, which honestly, it's been a really big letdown. They started off real high with, Spider-Man No Way Home, but then it's gotten worse and worse. But I'm hoping for a big change, so let's get into the video.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
We know what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
November 11th, that trailer looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Super excited for it. A lot of things got released there. So let's get into it right away. Starting off, man, the tone of this trailer is completely different. Last time the trailer was more like a like they're paying the respects, to Chadwick Boseman, because passing away. And they're not just replacing him, recasting him. No, they're killing off his character, and that's what they're doing in the movie. Now, we don't know how they're doing it. My guess would be like a sickness. You know what I mean? Kind of a very respectful way of doing it. But here in this trailer, like I said, completely different tone. Last trailer was more of a paying that respect. He's passing away, not giving too much. This one, we're actually going into the actual, the problems in the movie or the plot. We're going that, that war between Wakanda and looks like the Mayans. So here we get our first look. It was cut from last trailer. This one we see that when they're walking with his helmet, confirming that this is going to be kind of his funeral. Everyone celebrating, Black Panther's life. Now we get here the opposite view of, Namor kind of in his temple and getting his kingdom and kind of being crowned, the king of the Mayans, or not sure what they're calling him yet. Now this is kind of a key point here, and we'll get into it later, but peep the kind of like the dots or the tattooing that she has on her face. That's kind of a big lead for what's going to happen here at the end of the trailer. But, we get another good visual here of Chadwick Boseman. I love this scene right here of him just coming down with this crown. And I love this, big shark jaw crown or throne that he has. I think it looks sick. Now here, obviously, they're sad, they're mourning. It looks like they're just kind of to the temple. again, here it looks like the people going into the boat are the Mayans, and I mean, it looks like they're, their territory is the ocean, being out there. So I'm not sure what Wakandans are doing there, but it definitely seems like they're not going to be too happy about it. And yeah, here is my guess is that the flood happens, everyone's scrambling, and what the Wakandans have to do is go to their fellow tribe, which live up in the mountains. I forgot the name of it, but they have that guy that wanted to be the next Black Panther and didn't get it. But they go up to his mountain, and that's kind of where they retreat and kind of game plan for what's to come next here. But obviously he kind of lets them know. It seems like he knows Namor or their people somehow, some way, because he's telling them like, hey, they're giving him this name, and they're saying that he's the king of the serpent, because it seems like there's some Mayan serpent that flies. Is kind of the analogy there, which we get our first good look of him here flying, which I always said was going to look kind of silly, wings on his legs, but I don't know. I'm cool with it. I'm not mad. Now, again, this looks military, and this doesn't look to be Wakandan or from Atlantis. I'm going to call them Atlanteans, because I like I said, I don't know if they're supposed to be Atlanteans, but they're going kind of with a Mayan background here. But this definitely looks more like U.S. government kind of coming into the boat for some reason. So I still feel like there's going to be a kind of another person running things behind the scenes. Now I definitely like this. For people who have seen Aquaman, or the DC movies with Aquaman in it, Aquaman kind of does like this pulse where he's just zooming through the water. And here it looks like they're just swimming. You know what I mean? They're just dolphins swimming through the water here, which, I mean, not really super powerful, but Again, just regular swimming. Nothing too crazy. Here, I love this little bounce here. So it's not like, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, if he just flies or he glides, or, you know what I mean? Not sure what they're doing here, but I love this little bounce that he does here. And he does seem to be like, I mean, he's going to be their king. He's going to be the, the more powerful character here. But he seems like he's an all-in kind of guy. Like, I'm going to go in, head first, and I'm going to see what happens later. But I love this little scene that he have here. Now, we get our first look at Ironheart here with a suit. Now, in the comics, she's supposed to be the one that kind of replaces Iron Man. In the comics, Iron Man goes into a coma, but they still have his subconscious available through AI technology, kind of like Jarvis. And then he kind of mentors Ironheart, who has that kind of that high IQ, ends up building her own Iron Man suit, and then kind of, tries to go for the mantle of Iron Man. Now, that's what she's doing here. I don't know how big of a role she's going to be in the movie. I feel like she's going to have a very minor role, maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the movie itself. But it definitely gives me big vibes of that, like, Mark 1 from, the first Iron Man, where he builds it in a cave, very, like, just nuts and bolts, nothing crazy, just, just down to the ground, doing it herself, which I think is awesome. See, very, like, she has to be using some kind of, like, imagination from the other Iron Man suits, which, like I said, it looks pretty cool. First flight test, which Iron Man did too. She should have some problems. Now, this scene on here, one of my favorite scenes, is they kind of all of them attacking the boat. I love that sense of, like, wars going on between people. And here we get our first look at Black Panther. Now, to me, this confirms that it's Shuri and, she's Black Panther. Because the body itself looks more feminine, more kind of smaller. And two is the dots that she had during the funeral, she kind of has them here in this suit. Now, she does have the gold that we saw in the first teaser, and we were kind of saying, like, oh, maybe it's, Killmonger making a return, which at this point I really don't think so. but she has the dots. Maybe that's kind of that memorial to her brother, saying like, hey, I'm taking over the mantle, but you know, you're not forgotten, which is amazing. It looks awesome. They're keeping that kind of that kinetic energy that Black Panther had, where you hit him and he can store that energy and then push it back to someone else, which is cool. But I need to see her have some, you know, extra things, not just the claws, you know, just have some cooler things here, since, you know, time has passed. Wakanda forever. I'm super excited for this movie. I really hope they hit it out the park. Now, I did hear that it's confirmed. I think the movie is going to be about 2.5 hours long to 2:45, which is going to be one of our longest movies that we had since Endgame. With Endgame, I mean, I loved it. I didn't think it was that long because it was just such a good movie. But I don't know if this is going to be the case for this one. I hope it's a good movie and they don't kind of just extend things that don't need to be extended. But I'm super excited for it. Hopefully it's a great movie. Hopefully they end it on a good note for Phase 4 for Marvel here. So I'm super excited to see. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hit that like button. And then as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.